Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Tegan, and I would like to thank you for attending this morning's combined Dharma Family and Donna Day service. Reverend C.J. Dunford will now lead us in a brief guided meditation, after which we will continue with our service.
As we sit together today, let's take note of our breath. Is our breathing deep or shallow? Maybe somewhere in between. If we take a moment, we can settle into our bodies. And I invite you to breathe in deeply, if you're able, through the nose. And when your lungs feel as full as they can get, puff out your belly and just breathe in a little bit more. And then let it go through your mouth. It's okay to make a little bit of noise. Breathing like this can help bring us back into our bodies and live in this present moment. As we pay attention to our breath, we might notice our feet making connection with the earth, with the ground. The earth connects us to one another, just as our breath does. We're all touching the earth. We're all sharing the same air. This is a moment for us to notice this interconnection. Each of us has our own connection to the earth, our own connection to the air. And through those things, we're all connected to each other. As I ring the bell, I invite each of us to just pay attention to those connections, to the breath, to the earth, to every living being, sentient and non-sentient. Breathing in, may we feel this connection. And walking the earth, may we feel connection. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Namo Amida Butsu.
Reverend CJ will now chant the Junie Rai, which is on page 67 of the Purple Service Book.
Junie Rai. Junie Rai is a gatha or hymn written by Nagarjuna, who's the first of the 7 masters of Jodo Shinshu. This gatha expresses eloquently the depths of Nagarjuna's gratitude to the Buddha Amida. 幸福小さり悪徳小さい子が将来みだ損自法名門菩薩無量小魔女三段一生主上願力中子が将来みだ損根体法見知証言前言症状名大さおひさ上尿線の子が将来みだ損自法将来勝負し権限真数し安楽戦後尊厳上苦行子が将来みだ損小無常無我と薬尿水合伝尿論一種世法無名字子が将来みだ損非損無節無悪名薬無尿になく道夫主任死心教非損子が将来みだ損非損無量法勉強無所主悪知識おう調布大師菩提子が将来みだ損我説非損苦毒寺修善無変尿海水小逆戦言症状者衛生主上昇
Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Namo Amida Butsu.
Please rise if you are able to follow along with the Gatha, I am a link in the golden chain, which is on the handout. Please remain standing for the reading of the three treasures one. I will now recite Three Treasures 1 on page 8 of the Purple Service Book. Please feel free to follow along. Three Treasures 1. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not realize the truth in this life, when will it be realized? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we absorb ourselves in the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken ourselves to supreme will. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we be submerged in the depths of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we live in harmony in the great assembly as disciples of Buddha and be freed from all hindrances, becoming units of true accord in the life of harmony in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriad ages of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teachings. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. You may be seated. We will now have a children's Dharma message by Reverend CJ.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Dana Day. What's Dana? Dharma school, especially.
Lady's name.
You're not a Dharma school student. Dana can't be a lady's name, that's true. I think I heard giving. Yes. What is Dana? Also part of the 6 paramitas. Very good. I have a book to share with you about giving. So if someone in the back could turn off the spotlights, it'll make it easier to see the screen. Hello. I'm going to sit down and read the book because I don't have the hard copy. I only have it on my computer. This book is called The More You Give, written by Marcy Campbell and illustrated by Francesca Sana. Once there was a wide open field and a boy who loved his grandmother, who loved him back. And they were happy. The grandmother gave the boy many gifts, like big hugs and bigger laughter, and the very biggest Sunday morning pancakes. But she had more to give, small gifts, like acorns, tiny and shiny, with wild woolly caps. Who here has seen an acorn before? They're really cool. Most of the gifts she gave to the boy were ones he could not hold in his hands. Like all her wisdom about how things grow. The boy watched and wondered until one day, oh, when will it be bigger than me? He asked as he dreamed of swings and secret spaces. In reply, his mother gave him another gift, patience. Do you know what he's talking about? There's a little plant in front of him. It's a tree. The boy had a birthday, and the tree reached his knees. The boy had a birthday, and the tree reached his shoulders. The boy's grandmother had a birthday, and he gave her many gifts, like a poem, a picture, a crown, and most of all, his love. And she loved him back, and they were happy. Until one day, oh. Slowly, slowly, happiness spread its roots again. The boy's grandmother had taught him to ask for help when he needed it. And so, remembering what his grandmother taught him, he did. He watered and weeded while he watched and wondered. He grew tall with wondering, still dreaming of swings and secret spaces, but not for himself. Do you see the cute little squirrel on the left and the little dog on the right? The boy grew up. Once there was a not so wide open field and a girl who loved her father, who loved her back, and they were happy. The father gave the girl many gifts, like piggyback rides and plump strawberries, and bedtime stories about his grandmother. He also gave the girl acorns, tiny, shiny things with wild and woolly caps. But he had more to give, like all of his wisdom about how things grow. "When will it get bigger than me?" the girl asked. And he explained how love, even when given to the smallest of things, can spread up and out and grow bigger than she could ever imagine. Together they watered and weeded, and in time they found shade, a home, and strong, thick branches that were perfect for, They watched and waited and wondered. The girl grew and the trees grew and their love grew and spread up and out, while the girl dreamed of secret spaces, but not for herself. Once there was a field dotted with trees and a boy who loved his mother who loved him back, and they were happy. The boy's mother gave him pancakes made from her great-grandmother's recipe, topped with strawberries from her father's patch, and hugs and laughter and piggyback rides and bedtime stories about their family and its love of green, growing things. The boy's mother gave him acorns, and together they planted and watered and weeded and watched and wondered. From their secret space, which wasn't very secret, the boy and his mother shared their wisdom with everyone and anyone about how things grow, like trees and people and kindness. The boy always had more love to give, and he got love in return. Was it bigger than him? It was. It was much bigger than he had ever imagined. And that is why he was happy. Once there was a forest. The end. What did you think of the story? What did you learn from the story?
About true life.
About true love? Yeah. What did you learn about true love? Maybe hard to put into words. The family loved each other. We saw many stories, right? We saw the grandmother and the grandson who became the dad of a daughter, became the mother of a boy. These stories grew from a long time ago until today. What happened with the trees?
More until it was a whole forest.
There were more and more trees until there was a whole forest. So the story is, when we plant love, like trees, they grow into something bigger we can ever imagine. And the more that we do that with each other, and the more we share that with people outside of the temple, outside of our families, then the bigger that forest of love grows. The world is scary and full of things we don't want to see, but there's always a forest we can come back to. and continue growing and nurturing. And for me, that's what Dana Day is about. It's about planting love. Maybe giving money, if you can, to the temple, to people who need money. Food to people who need food. Planting trees where there are no trees. This is how we take care of each other. This is Sangha. Dana means selfless giving. So something that was repeated throughout that story was thinking of secret spaces, but not for myself. For my children, for my grandchildren, for my friends, for my loved ones. That's Dana. So when I first read this book, it made me cry. Because I thought it was very sweet to think about love.
It's kind of sad though.
It is a little bit sad, right? Because everybody dies,
Did you
right?
die?
Everyone dies.
Grandma, did you die?
The Buddha teaches that. But in spite of that, we can share love. And maybe because of that, love is even more important. Because we need to love each other while we're here together and still alive. I hope you enjoyed the story for Dana Day. Please join me in Gasho as we say the name of the Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Reverend CJ, for your wonderful Dharma message for the students. Please rise if you are able to follow along with the Gatha Metta, which is on page 178 of the Purple Service Book. You may be seated. Where did it go? Now we would like to welcome the following guests. So if there's any new guests, you can stand if you're able and wave when I call out your name. Paula. Gilbert. Eshin. Kay. Deval. Okay. We will now read the announcements that have been submitted. Otani Basketball is hosting its annual basketball jamboree today, Sunday, February 22nd, from 8:30 till 4:30 p.m. at Berkeley High School. Come see some of our Dharma School students participating in the jamboree. Day of Remembrance Interfaith Vigil 2026, Wednesday, February 25th at 11 a.m. at Ice Field office in San Francisco. Join us in ceremony, ritual, music, dance, and take action to honor all life and protect communities currently targeted by ICE. BBT is one of the co-hosting sponsors of the event. BBT Dharmanar, Thursday, February 26th at 6 p.m. The topic is A Buddhist Perspective on Aging. The sign-up link is on our website. Online meditation and discussion, Wednesday, March 4th at 7 p.m. The sign-up link is on our website. Spring Ohigan Potluck and Musical Memories by Grateful Crane Ensemble. We will have a potluck after the Ohigan service on March 22nd. Please join if you are able. Also, please check your Tobon chair for your lunch offering and tasks. After the potluck at 12 p.m. in Hondo, Grateful Crane performs some of your favorite tunes from the Broadway musicals. The show was written by Soji Kashiwagi, one of the 3 sons of our longtime member, Mrs. Sadako Kashiwagi. Please join us if you are able. No RSVP required. Jodo Shinshu parking will be available next Sunday, March 1st. The gate will open at 9 a.m. and close at 9:30 sharp. Please arrive during this period to take advantage of the JSC parking for the Sunday service. Now the students will be dismissed to their classes. With Dharma School students, please go to the front, Oshoko, and go to your classroom. All others are invited to remain for the adult Dharma talk.
Hello again. Please join me in Gasho as I share the words of Venerable Shinran. Such is the benevolence of Amida's great compassion that we must strive to return it, even to the breaking of our bodies. Such is the benevolence of the masters and true teachers that we must endeavor to repay it, even to our bones becoming dust. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. This passage is number 59 of Venerable Shinran's Pure Land Hymns on the Right, Semblance, and Last Dharma Ages. And I wonder if these words sound familiar to anyone here today. You can raise your hand if you, yeah, Lucy, a couple others. If you have a purple service book in front of you, which you all do, you can look on page 219 and find it in Japanese and a different English translation. This is Ondoku-san, which we often sing during service in Japanese. And it might be one of Venerable Shinran's most influential writings, just this very short hymn. And ever since I first encountered it, it's held a very special place in my heart. Honestly, I think it might express our deepest practice as Jodo Shinshu Buddhists. If you look on most temple websites, you will see that it usually says something about living a life of gratitude. But there's something deeper and more active expressed in Ondoku-san than simple gratitude. There's a desire, a call, an urge to overflow and share that all that we have received from the Pure Land teachings. And that's what I want to talk about today as we commemorate Dana Day. Dana is one of the 6 paramitas, as our Dharma school students reminded us. Paramitas can be translated as perfections. And all Buddhists share these paramitas as part of our practice. I made this graphic here on the screen to express the 6 paramitas in a unique way based on what I've learned from our own teachings during this lifetime. You might notice that there's a circle with 5 of the paramitas circling around the edges, and at the center is prajna, often translated as wisdom. But it specifically refers to the realization of our interdependence, our interbeing. As I understand it, all actions, all practice we undertake must be done with the right state of heart. If everything due comes from the perspective that we are all interdependent, deeply connected, and we share a same great destiny, then we are operating from the heart of prajna paramita. So rather than just listing the paramitas in a list, I place prajna at the center as our fundamental orientation towards all practice. We're focusing on dana today, but we can practice any of the paramitas in this way. If we center our interbeing with all other things, then our practice is guided by fundamental wisdom. If we reflect on the picture book that I shared with the Dharma school students earlier, we might consider that this is an intergenerational practice of dana, of sharing not just our resources, but also wisdom and love, grounded in that wisdom of interbeing, which leads to a beautiful forest of love. That's what happens when our practice is rooted in prajna paramita, the wisdom of our interdependence. In this way, giving is always selfless, as it centers all other beings. But it is also self-full, because it includes being a vessel through which dana occurs. On this slide, there might be a lot going on, but I'll explain it. I expand a little on the paramitas by providing an equivalent word in English, followed by aspects of the Eightfold Noble Path. The equivalent words come from an interfaith conversation that I had with my friend Reverend Michael Yoshi from the Berkeley Methodist United Church, BMU. In this conversation, he shared a model of reflection, conversation, and action that he employs in churches based on his own religious education. There are other more literal English translations for the paramitas, but I see these as very approachable words when thinking of practice. So that's what are in this figure. Let's just briefly look at them. We can think of jhana as prayerful or prayer or concentration, and it's associated with right action or right mindfulness. Shila is engagement and related to action, effort, and livelihood. Kshanti is advocacy, related to action, effort, livelihood, and speech. Virya, study, related to understanding, mindfulness, and helps to set our intentions. Finally, dana is giving. It is action, it is effort and intention. In thinking of dana paramita, ondoksan, and the obligation of practice that we all carry as Buddhists, I believe it's important for us to consider the ethical question of what we owe to one another, not just as humans, but as beings living on this great earth. Ondoksan and our teachings often speak of the great benevolence, the limitless wisdom, love, mercy, and compassion that we've received from the Buddha. When we receive much, then much is required. As Buddhists, we have a great responsibility to share all that we've been given. And it's always important for us to ask ourselves how we respond to being given so much. Do we respond in greed? Do we respond in aversion or fear? In delusion, thinking that somehow we're separate from those we dislike? Or do we respond in dana, by giving and sharing what we've been given? Especially if we hold first and foremost in our hearts the truth of our interbeing. I cannot be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be. And you cannot be what you ought to be until I am what I ought to be. These are words of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. When we keep our interbeing at the center of all that we do in this world, then perhaps we respond naturally by planting the seeds of generosity, so desperately needed in this world, until a great forest of love grows. When we navigate a world filled with selfishness, hatred, and unspeakable acts of cruelty, we know that there are simple yet profound guides in the Buddha Dharma. We don't have to respond out of fear or prejudice, though it may not often be easy. We can choose the power of wisdom, of kindness, and of generosity. This was a very short Dharma talk. And so with all of this in mind, I'd like for us to join together in Gassho as I read Ondok-san once more. Such is the benevolence of Amida's great compassion, that we must strive to return it, even to the breaking of our bodies. Such is the benevolence of the masters and true teachers, that we must endeavor to repay it, even to our bones becoming dust. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Naman Butsu. Naman Butsu. Naman Butsu. Okay. To conclude our service, I'd like to share a few thank yous. First off, thank you to Tegan for being a wonderful chairperson today. I don't know if she can hear us, but maybe clap really loud. Thank you to the live streaming team for help during our live stream service today. Thank you to the Dharma School teachers for guiding our wonderful Dharma School students. Thank you to Emiko for playing the piano for the gathas so beautifully. And finally, thank you to our February Toban for helping with today's refreshments in the social hall. This concludes our service for today. Thank you to everyone who joined us here in person and online.